Here are the 9 items you need to remove from your home immediately, because these items slow down your life, destroy your health and your inner peace without you even realizing it. In a village near the mountains, there was a wise man called Eldorius. He lived in a small house, very simple but very cozy and serene. People were impressed by the tranquility of that place, and many neighbors thought that because he was already very old, it was because of his wisdom, when in fact he had this calm tranquility and consequently lived for many years. Because of his house, there were these 9 items in his house, and that brought a lot of serenity. There was an old Zen story that said about these 9 negative items to have in the house. If you wanted to live well and in harmony in your home, you couldn't have any of these items, because each item carries an energy that can affect the harmony of the home, physical health and spiritual well-being. Eldorius followed these teachings as a rule, and with great respect, every corner of his house had an atmosphere of calm and balance. In the same village lived a family called Mori, hardworking, good people, but their house had these 9 objects that spread negative energy. Eldorius, strolling through the village one day, decided to talk to and advise the Mori family about these items that were disturbing the harmony of their home. Eldorius always said that these items should not be left in the house, the first of which was a broken mirror. In ancient teachings, it was said that a broken mirror causes disharmony in the soul and brings bad luck. The Mori family had an old mirror that had several small cracks in it, and the bad energy from the cracked mirror had already spread throughout the house, causing friction between the family. The second item Eldorius warned about was noisy clocks, because these clocks make a noise every hour, taking away the tranquility of the house, showing that time passes very quickly. In the Mori house, there was a noisy clock, and every hour it made a huge noise, and without the family realizing it, it took away their tranquility. The third item that Eldorius asked not to have in the house was cacti, because cacti could disturb the peace of the house, and the Mori had many cacti in the window as decorative items, but as the cacti grew, so did the fights in the family. The next item. The fourth is statues of animals, especially those that seem to be watching us, because Eldorius believed that the eyes of the statues could take away the good energy of the house. The Mori house had 2 statues of owls very close to the front door. The eyes of the owls seemed to follow anyone who entered the door, and the family began to feel that they were being watched all the time, because before the house was with a lot of laughter and joy, now it changed to a lot of silence and worried looks. Eldorius also warned about having too many objects accumulated in the house. The fifth item. He believed that having too many objects in the house could harm the family's spiritual side, and the Mori family collected old objects, and the house was becoming increasingly full of useless objects, and it was suffocating to stay there in the house. Over time, the Mori family began to feel trapped in so many memories. Another item, the sixth, that Eldorius asked not to have in the house was violent or frightening images. These images can affect people's minds, leaving them disturbed. Mori had a painting depicting a samurai battle in the living room, and over time the family realized that they were becoming more aggressive and the fights were increasing and becoming more common. There was no longer peace in the family, as there used to be. The seventh item to be excluded from the house is very bright lights, because very bright lights unbalanced the natural energy of the environment. The Mori had strong and bright lights all over the house, and in this way, the peaceful atmosphere they had was now always restless. The eighth item to be questioned was a fountain of agitated water inside the house. Eldorius explained that the constant noise of running water, however relaxing it may seem, actually causes disturbing effects such as anxiety and emotional imbalance. The Mori have a fountain with waterfalls in their living room, attracted by the seemingly soothing sound, but they didn't know the negative effects, and so what was once soothing over time became anxiety-provoking, and moments of calm and relaxation became increasingly scarce, and this even affected the quality of the Mori family's sleep. Eldorius always stressed the importance of being attentive to every detail of the home environment, and these seemingly harmless items can cause enormous damage to physical, mental, and spiritual health. Eldorius also explained about the clean and organized house being the ninth rule. Eldorius believed that the state of our house reflected the state of our mind. If the house was disorganized, our mind was also in mental and emotional disorder. As the Mori were a very busy family with work and other chores, they neglected the cleaning and organization of the house, and without them realizing it, this lack of cleaning and organization was causing a chaotic and stressful environment. Over time, this disorganization began to seep into other aspects of their lives. The home is a place of peace and tranquility, but in the Mori's case, it was becoming a space of confusion and disorder as objects accumulated and dust settled. The Mori's physical disorganization began to reflect on the family's mental disorganization, and they were finding it increasingly difficult to relax. After Eldorius' explanation, the Mori family decided to eliminate each item suggested by the elder master. They repaired the items that still had value and could be useful in the house. What could no longer be repaired was discarded, donated, or recycled depending on the condition of the object. With these changes, the Mori family already began to feel the difference in the environment. The house already began to become quieter, calmer, and as they moved on to other items, the atmosphere in the house improved. They changed the bright fluorescent lights for less bright lights, eliminated the collections of old objects, the owl statues, placed them in the garden of the house, removed the water fountain, and so over time, the atmosphere in the Mori home became increasingly calm and peaceful. The family communicated well, without fights but with lots of conversation, laughter, and joy. With harmony restored to the Mori household, a new chapter began for the family. The transformation caused by the removal of the 9 items pointed out by Eldorius was remarkable. Serenity returned to the home, replacing the chaos and turmoil with an atmosphere of peace and balance. By following the elders' wise advice, the Mori realized that true change begins from the inside out, reflecting not only in the house, but also in their lives. Smiles reappeared on previously worried faces, moments of happiness multiplied, and mutual understanding grew stronger. The Mori family discovered that simplicity, order, and taking care of the details of the domestic environment are fundamental to cultivating a full and peaceful life. With their home in harmony, they felt a renewed energy, experiencing the joy of living in a space that now reflected their inner serenity. If you too want to transform your home into a place of peace and harmony, subscribe to our channel for more motivational videos and inspiring Zen stories that promote well-being and tranquility in your daily life. Subscribe to our channel and don't miss a single video. See you in the next video.